Hi everyone, this is KobaltKai again. Welcome to the update for my game development. Um, it's been a while, but I wanted to do something a little bit more comprehensive this time to go over everything. So, something I wanted to point out right off the bat is that I found out the easy way that RPG Maker MZ, which is the software I'm using, was not necessarily the best software for the kind of game I wanted to build. So, for the most part, I was actually hoping that RPG Maker, the newest version, I forgot what it would be called, when it comes out, it would be like merged with Unity and whatnot, so it would be ideal for me. But what I instead found is that it ultimately, it was basically RPG Maker MZ plastered onto Unity, so I found that a little bit disappointing. So what I did is I went onto Steam and I found a new game called RPG Maker Architect, or rather RPG Architect. And apparently it was designed by people who really do not like how RPG Maker how they don't update anything, they just like allow the plugins and whatnot, and I'm all for that because this is what I've been able to pull off so far. What you're looking at is the new version of the game that I started developing. These trees that you see in this grass was actually animated by me, but the tile sets is actually these came as presets, which I honestly appreciate. Check out the original creators if you want. They are pretty cool people. But for the most part, the game that I wanted to develop, as I call it, Kaiju Chronicles, it's more likely than not going to have a hide and go seek mechanic. You have to hide from, well, you may or may not have to hide from something that's going to try to eat you. I'm not going to say what's going to try to eat who yet, because I haven't gotten to that point yet, but if I just go down here over to this Phoenix, it's got some pretty interesting words for you guys. That's that's about as far as I am right now in this. So I've managed to build my own debug zone. I'm going to walk to a place where there's a little bit less exposure. So this is the debug map. It is officially complete. This is where I'm going to be testing everything that probably everything I'll be putting in the game, but I've gotten started on the first level. So once I get the grass fully animated and whatnot, I should be able to start developing the first level and give you guys a better idea as to how the game will function. This is not the final character speed, mind you. He is way too slow, like incredibly too slow. I might need to find a script for characters running at this point, because unless he's wounded, I don't really want him to travel at this speed. Anyway, this is just an update for you guys, and I might actually redo the water sprites and make it look a little bit more realistic. I managed to give the trees 11 frames of animation, and I can adjust the frame rate, so I'm a little curious to see what else I can do. Interestingly though, when I put another layer over the trees, they act as bushes with no collision, which is pretty cool. I don't know if that's I don't think that's a bug, honestly. I just didn't enable the collision hitbox. But for the most part, yeah, this is basically it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And an update about it, it is definitely going to be a mature game for mature audiences. Nothing that's necessarily family friendly, you know. I think that the giant enemy standing in the center of the stage is a perfect summary as to how mature this game is going to be. But for the most part, yeah, that's it for now. So if you like the content, or if you'd like to support me or see the additional content, which will have the enemies that I have also designed and the drafts for them, then I would recommend going to my Patreon or my Buy Me a Coffee for the exclusive content. And that way you'll be able to get a look at everything. currently what you're looking at is the sprite sheet that I was meaning to originally use in RPG Maker, well, RPG Maker MZ, but what I found is that interlapped sprites like these, they do not go with it, and that explains the very bad tree sprite that has a black background in RPG Maker. I'm surprised they never updated that with transparent pixels, but anyway. Yeah, so that's the old, this is the old sprite sheet, and since all of this is RPG Maker exclusive, I can't use any of it, so I have to create everything from scratch, and honestly, I'm all for that, because the trees turned out this good. I can't wait to see how everything else turns out, honestly. But here's a small teaser of some of the enemies that I've been designing for you guys to fight against when I release the game. We got a frog, we got a whale. That's it. There are over, I don't know how to count all this. There are over, I think, 40 different designs, and I have also gone and started working on, let's see, probably going to edit these, but I've also started working on the big battle animations. So I have currently in my plans 2 characters potentially that are going to be essentially fighting as the main characters against whatever enemy of the week or whatever I throw that direction. But anyway, this is basically the update for you guys. Now the update about the more mature theme that I will probably be making Patreon exclusive. But yeah, that's basically it. So hope you guys have a nice day, and well, if you have any suggestions you'd like to make or any critiques about RPG Maker MZ, which is very annoyingly outdated in my opinion, I'd recommend just leaving them in the comments below. But yeah, that's it.